course, the second I hit the record button, I get a text. Hey guys, it's Kian, and I'm finally back making a legit video. I want to apologize for my absence and kind of explain what I've been up to lately. For starters, I graduated high school. Over the summer, I went to VidCon 2012, and I got to hang out with my fabulous VidCon Dream Team. I also was a top 15 finalist in the Great American Noble Challenge, so me, my family, and the lead actress Brigitte from my video Just Words got to go to San Francisco for the Teen Video Awards to represent the video, and this is just some things that we got there. We got the table reserved sign, the big letter K, and this clapboard that Mr. Dittmer made for me. I enrolled in community college, and from there I hope to transfer to VCU to further my studies in film. I got a haircut, as you can see, and Mr. Dittmer, my high school's GSA sponsor, recently self-published his first book, The Brewster Boys and the Eve of Infamy. And basically what the book is about is a group of friends who find a device, get sent back in time to the eve of the attack on Pearl Harbor, and they discover a plot where they can either stop the event from happening, and they have to decide whether they stop the event from happening or let it happen because of the impact it'll have on the present. So if that topic interests you, I recommend you pick it up. I'll put the link in the description below. It is sold on Amazon. There's also a digital copy. I asked you guys in a video I posted before this one to ask me questions in the comments on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram, anywhere you could. And now I'm going to answer them. First, I'm going to start with Instagram questions, and this question comes from Maken Tendu, and she asks, what's the most interesting dream you've ever had? Or more correctly, what's the most interesting dream you've ever had? She wrote in all caps. She's basically yelling. I had one the other night that really stuck out to me, but I can't remember it now for some reason, and I don't know why. But this other one that lingers in my memory for some weird reason. I was at my old middle school for some reason, and I guess there was this celebrity there that I liked, and I don't know why they would be hanging out at my old middle school, but that's besides the point. They're hanging out at my old middle school, and I asked them if I could borrow their phone for like something to like make a call or something, I forget. But the whole reason I was asking to borrow their phone was so I could call or text myself from it, so I could have their number saved to my phone, because I was that weird in my dreams. So I go to get my phone to check to see if the text has come in. I've come to find that my phone has been stolen by none other than a dragon. So me and the celebrity, who I cannot remember who it was, go on this adventure to get my phone back from this dragon, and we end up getting my phone back, and then I woke up. And I know it's a really weird dream, and I don't know. Next Instagram question comes from Raw Unicorns. Where did you get the monitor on top of your camera? And I know you guys can't see it. Actually, let me see if I can show it in my iPod's camera. If you guys can see that, there's actually a monitor on top of my Canon that I bought on Amazon for relatively cheap. It's actually a rear view car monitor for people who want like the backup cameras when they're backing up or parking. I looked up like cheap camera monitors for Canons because I wanted to be able to see what I was doing on the camera, whether it was focused, whether it was recording, all that stuff. It was either this or a portable DVD player, which could work just as well. But this I liked because I could mount it right on top of my camera. It's got like a sticky stand on it, so it just stands right on top of where my flash should be. It just plugs in with the cables that come with the Canon, and it comes with a wire that should plug into the wall. It was relatively cheap. It was about, I want to say, $20, $25. It's actually really useful. Austin, aka Chocolt, asks, can I be your hair? Of course you can, Austin. There you are. T. Sam Pierce asked, what's the worst experience you've had with Nolan? If we're talking a frightening experience, it's probably when he was younger and he had an asthma attack because me, him, and my cousins were playing really rough at a family get-together, and he felt sick and went to my mom, and like he got really limp and his eyes rolled back in his head, and they had to rush him to the emergency room. And my cousins and I were like all sharing the blame. We felt bad, we were crying. So that's probably the worst experience I've had with Nolan because it was frightening because he's my only little brother. Helen Wilhelmsen asks, do you make videos / sketches that you post on YouTube? Have you ever made money making YouTube video? I don't. I try to post sketches when I can. I mean, clearly I haven't done one in about a year. But to answer your question, yes, I do like doing sketches when I can. And as for the money thing, I was at one point a partner, but I was stripped of that privilege for reasons I won't go into details about on video. But if someone can help me get that back, let me know. I don't know, I kind of miss it, and I feel like the reason that it was taken away was a bit ridiculous. Rachel Mad Science asked, why is your hair so amazing? Maybe I'm born with it. One last Instagram question from Jackson Reed, and he asks, PC or console gaming? I'm gonna go with console gaming, just because the classics like Zelda and Mario and Super Smash Brothers and games like that all are just beautifully played on console rather than computers. That is it for the Instagram questions, and now we're gonna move on to YouTube questions. Start Me One Up asks, why did it take you so long to make YouTube videos, ma'am? I truly love the long hair. The shortcut is not bad either, but are you going to grow it out later this year? I actually think I'm gonna keep my hair like this because the long hair was just, it was starting to look weird on me, and I've had my hair that way for about 4 years. And I only recently did this like 2 weeks ago, and I'm really liking it. It's not as much work, and it's a bit more fun. So no, I don't think I'll be growing out my hair anymore later in the year, just because I'm really liking this new style and I want to continue with it. He also asks what my favorite news story so far this year was. I really don't know, but Tumblr's been doing this thing. I don't know if you've seen it, but people on Tumblr have been doing this thing where you Google like a state followed by the word man. So like you would put Massachusetts man into Google and you see what weird articles come up. So actually I'm gonna do some of those right now. Let's try Nevada man. Nevada man dies with $200 in bank and $7 million in gold hidden inside home. Let's try Virginia man, because I live in Virginia. Virginia man gets 5 life terms for killing 8 in 2010. Virginia man arrested after following Biden's advice. Alright, I'm done with that. Back to the questions. Lawa asks, how old are you now? I am actually 18. Today is March 8th. On May 2nd, I will be 19. Rocket Peanut Butter actually asks a couple questions. Why did it take you so long to make videos? Oh, and I actually failed to answer that the first time around. Why did it take me so long to make videos? Okay, so senior year, I was juggling the whole video contest that I had done with the No Bull Challenge, trying to pass senior year, actually having a social life, and now I'm in college, trying to pass classes, trying to still learn how to drive, which by the way I still can't do. And also, my old MacBook was running out of space, and this camera takes really big video files, so it couldn't really handle them when I was putting them into the computer, so I couldn't really edit anything. But now I'm back and I'm ready to start doing this thing again. Rocket Peanut Butter also asks, what made you cut all of your hair? I guess just the feeling of wanting to change something. I really like changing something. Like, for starters, the background on my iPod cannot be the same for more than like a week. Also my room, I like to move my room around a lot. I like to add new things to my room. I don't know, just change is awesome, and I felt like this was a welcome change because my long hair was getting annoying and I wanted to do something new with my look, so I figured, why not get a new haircut? Rocket Peanut Butter also asks, do you like We the Kings? Yes, actually, my favorite songs are probably Checklist Juliet, Secret Valentine, and Will Be a Dream featuring Demi Lovato. Emily Jane asks, do you have or plan on getting any tattoos? Currently, I don't have any tattoos. However, one tattoo that I want to get at some point in my life is in very small text on my forearm. I want it to say, speak the truth even if your voice shakes. And you know that I might change my mind. I might not want that tattoo anymore somewhere down the line, and that's perfectly fine. But for the time being, that is what I have in my mind as what I want for a tattoo. Chloe Sapienza, please forgive me if I'm saying that wrong, asks, what is your favorite ride at Disney World / land? Okay, so I only very recently went to Disneyland while I was in California for VidCon with all my friends. I didn't get to go on many rides, but I did go on this one with my friend Michael, and I can't think of the name of it, but it's like this 3D ride where you like fly over the world and you look down. It looks like sort of realistic. It looked really cool. I can't remember the name, but it was awesome. That's my favorite ride. If you can think of it, tell me in the comments below. The Galaxy Rover asks, what are your favorite clothing stores? I'd probably have to say American Eagle. My absolute favorite is probably H&M, because H&M is very stylish, very fashion forward, while also being very affordable for people my age who don't have jobs. I really like their clothing. My friend Jacob, aka Forgotten Filmmaker, asks, what height would you want to be if you had the choice? For those of you who don't know, I currently stand at about 5'3", and you know, that's not very tall. I've been told on many occasions that I'm short. In fact, many people I met at VidCon told me that I'm really tiny. I would like to ideally be 5'9" if I had the choice. Ray William Johnson, yeah, okay, yeah, Ray William Johnson asks, when you first got your hair straightened, were you nervous to go to school like that? Not really, because the first time I did this, well, not this, the first time I had done the long hair straight thing, I had just moved from Massachusetts to Virginia, so it was like nobody really knew me. They never had anything to compare to from when I had an afro to when I had the long straight hair. It was a nice reinvention of myself, and no, I wasn't really nervous about it. That was it for the YouTube questions, and now I'm gonna move on to Twitter. Emily asks, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? If I told you, I'd have to kill you. Bet that wasn't the answer you were expecting at all. Ryan Lava asks, are you going to be making videos on a schedule again? Like I said, I'm in college now, trying to learn how to drive, trying to get into a good school. I can't really promise that I'll be on a schedule, but I will be posting more frequently than I have now. Because I have a bit more time, my schedule is a bit more flexible. I think I could maybe start posting a lot more than I have been recently, but no promise about a consistent schedule. Fremont asks, where's the chapstick? I found the chapstick. John Abir asks, what was your reaction to Come What May? So, for those of you who don't watch Glee, you probably won't understand this, but my absolute OTP, Klain, sang Come What May from Moulin Rouge on last night's episode, and it was gorgeous because, for one, I love Moulin Rouge, 2, I love Glee, 3, I love Klain, which is kind of the reason I love Glee. So it was 3 things I love coming together into one, and it was flawless. On to the next one. Kira_XOXO asks, are you crushing on someone or are you in a relationship? If so, how is it going? I'm actually sort of just talking to someone right now. I don't know if I'd call it a relationship yet, but we'll see where things go. Tumblr question time. Just a Little Person asks, how would your life change if Tumblr went down today? I think I would literally cease to exist. Very last Tumblr question comes from Anonymous, and they ask, are you bi or gay? Because I'm kind of in love with you and I'm a girl. So a subject I haven't really talked about on YouTube is my sexuality. And a lot of you have like tried your hand at guessing, and you know, I've maybe said things in the past that would hint at it, but here it goes. I'm gonna tell you what I am. I'm not straightforward about this at all because I keep beating around the bush. But yeah, I guess it's just time that I confess, guys. I don't like girls. The show. It's really overrated, very over-sexualized. I don't like it. I'm actually joking, I really like the show Girls. Alright, no more joking around. Here it goes. I like geysers. Geysers. Here's a picture of a geyser. Isn't it gorgeous? Just look at that beautiful cascade of water. No, but in all seriousness, guys, I am gay. And I know some of you may have seen that coming, but I'm really not gonna make that like my calling card. I really do not believe in making sexuality the one thing that people identify you for. Like, see, I am a person who enjoys filmmaking who just happens to be gay. Just like Neil Patrick Harris. He is an actor who is very funny. He's a parent who happens to be gay. Like, I really don't think it should matter. So like, I'm not gonna discuss it all that much on my channel. This isn't going to change how my channel is laid out. It just changes how much you know about me. So, glad I got that off my chest, and I'm glad you guys all know about it now. Also, if you follow me on Tumblr, you would have known this a long time ago. And now it's time for Facebook questions. Ashley, aka BamIt'sAshley92, asks, if you were to pick one celebrity to meet besides Darren Criss, who would it be? And Jacob tried to argue with Ashley that Darren Criss is the only option, which is not true, actually. If I could meet any celebrity that wasn't Darren Criss, it would probably be Leah Michele or Chris Colfer from Glee, Neil Patrick Harris, Jesse Tyler Ferguson from Modern Family, Ellen DeGeneres. Don't want to name too many, but those people are just very influential to me. I like their genuineness, I love their talent, I respect their ability. They're just gorgeous people. Like, have you looked at them? Matt Graham asks, what's love got to do with it? More than you think, actually. Jessica Dubish asks, what is your OTP? My OTP, Klain from Glee. Love them with all my heart. She also asks, do I ship Steric? I know what Steric is, but I don't watch Teen Wolf, so I can't really say that I ship Steric because I have yet to watch it. I do plan on watching it at some point, but as of now, cannot answer that question. Tatiana asks, are your ears cold? Actually, yes. Since I cut my hair, it's been sending a draft to like this general area of my head, like my ears and my head and my neck, and it's weird not having that sort of, I guess, built-in hat all the time. It's gonna take some getting used to. Elise asks, which of us has the better hair? Well, in physical appearance, our hair basically matches, but you've got the ginger thing going on, so you've kind of got the upper hand against me. I'm gonna hand it over to you. Sage asks, where do babies come from? Contrary to what they teach you in school, babies do not come from when a mom and a dad love each other very much. That's not true at all. If you've ever been to Chipotle or Qdoba and you order a burrito, you will have delivered unto you basically what is a baby. And it is about the size of a fetus, if not larger. And when you consume that, you will basically have a food baby. So that's where babies come from. None of that biology crap. Elise also asks, can I have a pony? Now, sweetheart, we've discussed this. If we got a pony, you may become attached to it, you will grow to love it, but then when it's time to send him off to the glue factory, you're going to be sad and it's going to be hard to let him go. So, no, we can't get a pony. Tessa Herons asks, will you please marry me, please, please? I think me coming out on video has already answered that question. Alright, well that is it for this question and answer video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm enjoying being back. I will be working on a lot more videos soon. In fact, I've got one idea in particular in mind that I think you're going to enjoy. So don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already, and remember to follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Facebook. I mostly post on Tumblr. Once again, thank you for watching. I'm ImJustKyian, and it feels good to be back.